Cool.
I guess I should do it someday.
Note, let's kick this show off for the new year and establish a grand standard for our production values.
Welcome to Everyone Racers, a show designed for the world of low-dollar racing and oddball car culture. It doesn't matter what kind of LeChamp or Lucky Track dog you run, SCCA or NASA, we won't discriminate. We even think you Drifto and Hella Flush peeps are alright, as long as you drive it hard and built it yourself. Join us each week for text discussion, tips, tricks, as well as news and notes on the world of low-dollar endurance racing. Whether it's on the spot, hella sweeter but terrible, or we're lucky enough and Chrissy gives us just a tip, we're sure you're going to giggle a little and learn even less. Everyone reports to the paddock. This is Chris.
This is Chrissy.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm mental. So I literally, Vicky walked in to tell me she was walking out just as it came my time. So you can check off Vicky on your E1R bingo card.
Oh gosh.
We are Everyone Racers. Thanks for coming back and listening to another dial *67 first before you listen to our podcast. It is episode 67.
What does that even mean?
Dial *67 is how you block the caller ID. So if you're going to make a prank phone call, you dial *67. So
I'm disappointed I don't know that.
I looked up 67 and I Googled it, and apparently there is a very famous rapper named 67.
Not famous enough.
Sure.
There's 69, and he's in jail.
Well, if you are not driving a car, don't forget to open up your E1R bingo card. We'll have the E1R bingo card in our notes. And as Mental mentioned, we already have Vicky, his wife, has said something into the microphone and messed us all up. But we do not have do we have extra spaces in it? I think we do.
But
we have extra spaces in the E1R bingo.
Use the old one, because the new one I didn't finish. I need to finish it.
For the new year, we promise a new bingo card. But before
I was going
to
do it
with
save.
Updates. Mm-hmm.
My computer was like, this page is super unsafe, and I was like, stop it, it's fine. And I was like, no, this is super unsafe, and I was like, you didn't save the work. So
I love that you're actually having that discussion with your computer.
I did. I might have been doing it on work.
I'm sorry, Chrissy. I can't let you do that.
Well, we are recording
Shut
tonight.
Up, Dave.
Shut up, Dave. It's like Summer arguing with Grandpa Sanchez.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, Grandpa. This page is like super unsafe.
We are recording on New Year's Day, so I'm sure we are all either hungover or liquored up or incredibly excited about the
prospects of a great year. Right.
Prospects of a great year.
Oh,
also.
that's nice.
Why don't we begin with great prospects? Chrissy, what you working on?
So what am I working on? I am doing lots of partying, lots of cooking. Chris will tell us more about what's going on in our house, but I have been helping with that. And eventually get back to life. It's back to work, and yes, mental.
Well, I was going to wait till you're done with your point, but is your family still there?
No, they left. We said 15 minutes ago, we're going to do a podcast in 12 minutes. And they're like, we got to go. And so they all put their jackets on. They all left. It was 8:27.
Were they left over from like this morning? Like what time?
No, we had dinner.
Oh, dinner. Okay.
Yeah. And I knew this when we made the plan, and I forgot to tell you. So sorry, sorry, family who will be listening to the podcast.
Well, we tried to have dinner a little on the earlier side, but that didn't work out as planned. So, we were done. We had dessert. Everyone was sitting around talking. Like it wasn't really a rush. It was fine. All good.
It was just time for them to go.
Yeah. So Jeff,
I will not sleep well if I've caused any grief to Chrissy's mom.
No, don't worry. Jeff,
you
what
could
are you
get
doing
it out
down
of the
there?
way now if you want to. Hi, Chrissy's mom.
Sure, there you go.
There you go.
We're talking.
Actually, and we have it highlighted for somebody else, but I got a text from an old military buddy of mine, and he said, by the way, my wife and her mother are sitting around talking about you. It's a little odd. And I said, that's funny, because I know somebody else's mom who
listens to the show.
Send me cookies.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Awesome.
So Darren, Tracy's mom, you're not listening, but
Tracy's mom.
Hi, Tracy's mom.
Hi, Tracy's mom.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting back to like normal swing of things. Yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yes. Jeff, what are you doing?
So I'm working on getting a sunburn. I am down in sunny Florida. I spent the day cheering on the Nittany Lions, but alas, they lost.
Oh.
Yes. I'm actually quite enjoying a kind of surprise midwinter vacation with the family. We never go on vacation in like New Year's. This is like really different for us. And we are not returning to real life until next Monday. So 7th.
How's the weather?
Bonus. It's hot. It's hotter than halfway up a snake's ass in a wagon rut. It was so sunny today in the Citrus Bowl. My wife is shaking her head off camera. She said it's not that hot.
Oh,
seriously, dude, you were saying like 80 degrees. That is not hot.
85, yes. It's January 1st. That's hot for January 1st.
In Orlando.
True. The worst part is they confiscated our sunscreen at the gate.
Get out.
And we were like, what do you mean we can't bring in sunscreen? They're like, oh, you're not allowed to bring in any liquid bottles. I'm like, it's Florida. It's 85 degrees. I can't believe you're taking our sunscreen.
Like,
and then
we
got
were
to
taking a swig of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then we got to try everybody else.
On there.
Yeah, everybody else had sunscreen, so it was only our like security line, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Anyway, Chris, what are you working on?
I'm gonna keep going with the kitchen. But hey,
remodel.
it's actually
Please
getting
mark that
close.
off your card.
I know. Yeah. This point though, all the grouting is done, all the caulking is done, and the range hood is installed. So it's like even the outlet covers are on. It is getting mighty close here now to a real actual done room. And this afternoon, we worked on lighting the workshop side of the basement. Our finished basement has one side that's a gym. One side it's a workshop that's mostly just crap in it for a long time, including most of our kitchen cabinets while we were waiting to actually do the kitchen. So I bought on the GRM board, someone posted they bought a set of LED lights, like T5 style lights they could plug together as a whole kit of 6 of them. 6 4-foot long things on Amazon for $45 or something like that. And they said how thrilled they were with them. So I said, all right, fine, add to cart. And so we put those in today, and they are fantastic. You can land planes in the basement now
with
these things. It
actually hurts your eyes.
Yeah.
Like, actually, yes. It's hard to look at them.
I'm Googling
they're designed to be under cabinet lights or overhead lights.
No, these are overhead like lights, just area.
I don't know what
lights.
they're designed to be, but they're up in the ceiling, and it's very, very bright.
Yeah,
I said
they're just lights for the ceiling to light an area up. So they're 4-foot long LED lights.
Tube lights.
Yeah, tube lights, and they work great. They are super bright. I guess I'll give them a quick plug on Amazon. They're a Barrina BARRINA LED T5 integrated lights.
Throw the links up. I mean, it's an Amazon link, right?
Yeah, exactly. But they worked great. It was easy.
Hashtag they will never sponsor us.
No, not at all. But we hardwired them in, and I only cut the wrong wire once and only got shocked once because the tingle tells you it's working. That's the important part.
So bad.
Yeah. So I woke right up. That's fine. Chrissy's dad helped me a lot. He is an electrical engineer, and so
he allowed you to get zapped.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what does an electrical engineer know about house lighting?
How not to get shocked.
A lot.
Oh, he knows
how to
a lot,
let your
actually.
How to let your son-in-law do all that.
Yeah.
He is way better at the wiring stuff than I am. Like, typically what happens is he'll come over for something when I need something wiring in the house, and he needs something done in his car, and we will do that for each other, and it goes 4 times as fast as if we had done it ourselves, and everyone's happier. Yes, Chrissy?
This is why we have a plug for our new TIG welder without having used said TIG welder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I installed control arms and ball joints on her Mazda 5, and I got a plug put in. It was great.
That's just called being a good son-in-law.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway,
but he's good at wiring, so there's that.
Yes. So that's
no doubt.
That's what I've been working on, and work stuff, all that crap.
Mental, you're up. What you working on?
So being unemployed, being a bus driver, it's been all Volvo. So took my wheels to the high school auto shop to get bored out. they could not fit them on their bridge mill. They were too big. So he made a recommendation of an engine machine shop, and I went there, and they said they could not do it because the wheels were too big. And they offered another machine shop who could not do it because the wheels were too big. So finally, I just spent 2 days with about 70 of those little Dremel sandpaper barrels and just did it myself and mounted them all up on there. Did not die. So they actually, and I had one of the spacers and I got it to where it would just barely fit in. And then I stopped and moved on to the next one, but it did take forever. And I tried a variety of different things. Grinding wheel on my drill took inaccurate, didn't work. Went and bought a little pneumatic die grinder, hooked it up to my air compressor. All of the stones would instantly get clogged with aluminum.
Yep.
Didn't work. So spent $5 on a whole package of the little Dremel sandpaper things that I used to do my dog nails, and just committed to doing that. And I had to stop every now and again because the Dremel would overheat. But I grinded them all out. And actually, I do have a picture. I'll send you guys here a picture in a bit of.
And you're going to share this on our social media at some point, right?
I am going to share it. But dude, it really kind of brought the old girl into the modern age.
No, it didn't. It was square when it was new and it wasn't modern, but that's okay.
No. But it now kind of looks like a car instead of the result of a series of poor decisions, which was rolling around on the rusty Star without hubcap originals look like. It actually looks like I chose to have this car look like this.
I keep waiting to see the picture. Like I thought you were going to show us the picture.
I just texted it. Sorry, I don't know if you guys, this will be, because it was taken in the dark and it won't focus.
Stark picture is always the way to go.
There it goes. Yeah, you're a very Craigslist seller kind of thing here of the dark picture not showing the entire car.
Just when parked
needs full pump.
Needs full pump. We had, when I owned a message board in Oklahoma, we had a section called "Oh, you want pictures of the car I'm selling?" And it was like the one time it snowed in Oklahoma, someone posted a picture of a car that they were selling in Oklahoma underneath a foot of snow. And just so I want to start a Facebook group of, "Oh, you want pictures of the car I'm selling?" And everyone can get every bad Craigslist marketplace photo.
There's a whole thread on the GRM message board of terrible Craigslist ad pictures. So
we'll definitely
it's there.
have to check that out.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, so I got the new wheels put on, and while we were doing our Christmas shopping, I found an open box Pioneer stereo for $48 that had Bluetooth. So I installed that one. And
Sweet.
So now I can listen to not just this awesome podcast, but also some of our other podcasts, This American Life, and all that other kind of stuff, because it's got Bluetooth. And today I continued my New Year's Day tradition of getting on the motorcycle and going for a ride. So that's what I was doing all day today. Took my normal urban exploratory ride around the city of Atlanta. It was actually up to 61 degrees. We had a break in the rain, which we're not going to see again for another 4 days. This is the rainiest day on record in over 20 years.
Oh,
wow.
Day?
Atlanta.
Month? Year?
Yeah. Year, like the 2018.
You said day, so I was trying to understand your time.
It quit raining today, so I took a ride today, but it rained all yesterday. Vicky and I went down to the Battery for a New Year's Eve celebration, and Vicky wisely brought us both umbrellas because of our height difference. So it doesn't work having us both under one umbrella. Right? I end up scrunched, or she ends up wet. So we both carried our umbrellas, but it was a great time. The Marietta Square finally canceled theirs, so we went to all 3 years of the Marietta Square New Year's Eve. But so it's been raining. We had one day, Christmas Day, it didn't rain. New Year's Day, it hasn't rained. Every other day it's been raining. It's supposed to start raining tomorrow.
Good time to move. That's great. Yeah.
Yep.
Easy to load things up. No problem.
How about it?
Awesome. Is it news and notes time? Have we covered everything else?
No. But it's not good unless Chrissy does it. Chrissy has to do the.
Oh no, this is dumb.
Well, no, just the segues.
Jeff's back. Come on, Jeff.
Well, I'm in a hotel.
Exactly, but Chrissy does a better job of it.
Go ahead, Chrissy, if you want to.
News and notes time.
Oh, there it is. News and
sorry,
notes.
is that? I was prepared to do something, and
I didn't think you were.
All right.
And you get the next one, honey. How about that?
Fine.
Uh-huh.
No. I'm totally getting someone skips over Chrissy on my bingo card.
Yeah, you should. Because I was poised to
You
do
were
it.
prepared for it. I saw you visually.
All right. Let's get to the news and notes time. Arguing time is over. Gymkhana 10 came out, the Ken Block video over the holiday here. Some of us seen it, some of us haven't. Who's seen it? What have you seen? What did you like? Mental's raising his hand. He's pretty excited. I saw it.
I sent you the link. I'm the one that sent you the link last week and said, "Oh God, watch this." I don't think the other two care. You and I are really old school.
Oh, we watched.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Right after we hung up, we watched it, and I have exactly my theory.
She has
but
an
I would
opinion.
love to.
Yes.
I would love to hear yours first.
I can't wait for this.
No.
Go, then Chrissy goes.
No, you guys go first. I'm going last.
All right, I'll start because Mental is laughing and taking a drink. Gymkhana 10 was exciting. There were
Tell people what it is, because I didn't know what it was until you sent it to me. So tell
just
me.
about everybody knows it's a
Fine.
You-
My mom is listening, so tell what.
All
All right.
So Ken Block, a famous. What is he famous for? Other than
Rally.
Actually, he owned a shoe company. He sold the shoe company for billions of dollars, him and Rob Dyrdek. And then he bought a race car. And he went to Dirtfish Rally School, and he ran Rally America, him and Travis Pastrana. And he actually had some skill at it. And
he
to help
was a good rallier.
promote it, he started doing these burnout videos.
Viral videos.
And that launched the entire what they call the Hoon media machine, and he makes more money doing this than he does rallying or selling stuff.
No money in rally in America, so that's
and there was
Make
no money in
$10.
World Rally Championship or Rallycross when he was doing it either. So this is his new thing. Chrissy?
What does Gymkhana mean? Gymkhana. What does this mean?
It is a version of autocrossing that originated in Europe, except it typically involves a lot tighter turns, handbrake U-turns, backing up into certain things, kind of squeezing your car in there. So it is a lower speed, higher maneuverability automobile competency contest that is actually pretty popular in England. They'll get like these little Mini Coopers and overinflate the rear tires so they can rotate the rear ends, Lotus 7s and stuff like that. So it's an aggressive European autocross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
he's
what
right.
I say.
Wait,
Chris,
Mental's
you
actually
agree
right.
with that?
There's got to be a box to check here.
No,
Holy crap.
things that happen all the time, and that never.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, got it.
Here, I'll do my impressions of the video first. It was cool. It wasted a lot of tires. I always like them. I always watch them. They're not something that I like immediately must download and must watch. I dig the 16-year-old rally guy out there in wherever, Stockholm, Sweden, on the frozen lake thingy. I dig the new truck. It was kind of cool. I like it. I spent 20 minutes watching a 19-minute, 30-second video, and I thought it was well worth my time. Oh, yeah, and by the way, Ford, thank you for sponsoring. How about making a car that we can hoon?
No, they only make trucks.
Exactly.
As you'll hear, my next.
And he certainly can't hoon that damn little Echo Sport, whatever that stupid thing is. Or
Edge ST.
That. Yeah,
You don't have that. Oh, I do have it.
All right, Mental, you've been dying to talk about this video.
I know. I'm so excited.
Here's the thing is yes, it is childish, and there's only so many things you could do with smoking tires. And having watched the Amazon series, I recognize that one of the challenges is really just kind of coming up with new stuff to do. I thought the Hoonicorn was really cool, but yeah, I mean, no one is surprised the fact that I love the Hoon truck. Yeah. I just think it's awesome.
The truck was nice.
But it's just scenery, and I really enjoyed this one, I think, more than I enjoyed the other ones after watching the Amazon series and seeing behind the scenes where Ken Block and Brian Scotto, the director, are completely honest about, oh yeah, this is how many times we hit stuff and wadded it up and broke, and here's all the shots that didn't work, and here's a throwback to that time we almost killed Rob Dyrdek with a go-kart thing. So I came to it with that, having seen a lot of it for the series that they were making. So I truly appreciated what I thought was a really well-edited bit.
Yeah, I think it's very well edited. Chrissy?
I'd say it's I'm just over it. It's the same shtick that's been forever. This new truck is dumb because it's not a truck. It's a tube frame rally car with bits of 77 F-150 kind of loosely attached. If it had anything at all to do with the truck, then fine, then so be it. I don't know. I'm over it. The whole thing, I'm just over it. I'm sure it'd be fun. I would love to do it. No doubt. It would be amazing.
Yes.
I'm just bored of watching it.
Actually, if you want, go watch the on the Hooniverse media machine. They have the entire build biology of that truck. It is genuinely impressive. It's more than a tube frame rally car. They designed that car to be smashed and repaired in an hour.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's brilliant. It just has nothing to do with a truck. Like you could put anything.
Oh yeah, no.
You could put a boat on it. You could, it doesn't matter. It would be much better if it had a boat on it. Right.
Oh my God, that's the new series of YouTube. We're going to be rich. Crap, we sold the boat.
Oh, damn it. Chrissy, what do you think?
So I have to apologize to my mother before I say this.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. This man, no. And Mental's dad. Sorry about this. This man has a very small penis and very large balls. This man is very talented, but he has a very tiny penis. It's very sad. And I Mental does not think this is funny. So he's very good at what he does, but he is, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I hope he gets in his very large lifted truck to drive away from this whenever he's done. I think it's dumb. I agree. I'm with Chris, obviously.
He doesn't actually have a lifted truck.
I'm sure he's got a lifted truck. Let's be honest.
He's got a Raptor that he put snowmobile treads on.
You're not supposed to be real about this. I know. I'm fighting an uphill battle because Mental did a dance when we started talking about this. He did a shaky
He vibrated.
Uh-huh. He did. He shaky head vibrating happiness dance when we started talking about this. So I know that I'm not going to win. I think this is dumb.
There's no win. It's opinions.
No, it is. It's played out, but I like the whole Ken Block story because he's a guy. He started racing professionally when he was my age now. He's 4 years older than me, and he's just basically found a way to make money doing something that he really enjoys. So I can't hate on it, but no, like and Chris said, it's the same tired shtick. And if I had not seen the Amazon series building up to this Gymkhana 10, I would be where you are now, which is, okay, he's spinning more tires, which is cool, but back to regular car reviews.
All right, so let me wrap this up with we are in the short period of time between Lemons and Champ Car and all of those other series. If you have a viral video that you think is cool enough that all of us will like, send it to us, post it up. We will watch it. We will review it. But like 3 weeks from now, when the Lemons series starts again, we're not going to have time. So
no.
It's a short period of time to get us a viral video. So yeah, Slow News Day. Chrissy, Mental, can we go on?
Well, I was going to say, and by the way, guys, me and Jeff already watch everything that the regular car reviews put out. The Christmas Day bit about the horse was hysterical.
We'll have to do an episode on funny things on the internet. Chrissy, why don't you do the next news story?
So, Slow News Day, I found an article that's cars that we were losing in 2018, and some of them are a little sad. So many Fords in the
list. A lot of them are sad.
So many. Some of them are not sad. Have been around a long time. Fiesta, Ford Focus. Did I not put the Taurus?
The Taurus is there.
Taurus is on there. Stop it. Later. Come on. I did my research. Don't mess up my notes.
Keep
BMW
going.
3 Series wagon.
Boring.
Oh, 3 Series wagon is a nice daily driver, though.
Sorry, no. I'm just trained to say boring whenever
That's true.
you.
That's true.
But this is a sad one.
They threw me out of the dealer the other day for that.
Yeah.
Oh. Fusion, Chevy Impala, Subaru Forester XT, the Taurus.
Turbo.
It is the turbo. I read all about it. I didn't know anything about the Forester XT because they said it was nobody needs it. They all buy the Forester and they're just like, meh, turbo. Because the people that buy a Forester don't want a turbo Forester. That's what they say.
No, because if you want a turbo Subaru, you iron the brim of your hat and you smoke vape juice.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The Taurus. VW New Beetle is no longer new and no longer around.
This is the new
Yeah.
The new Beetle, yes. The Cadillac ATS.
good riddance.
Sure. I mean, and there were a couple. This is not the whole list. I just picked out the interesting ones ish. Interesting. I mean, the air quotes. Chevy City Express, which was fun. I didn't know what that was.
It's a Nissan van with a Chevy logo on the front.
Yes.
It's basically
yes,
it's a Versa, so it's terrible and made worse.
Versa? Wow.
It's a Versa van, is what it is. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all of the joy of that worthless CVT transmission in van form.
Yeah.
Yes. And lastly, the Merc AMG GTS, which is glorious.
But the GT, the GTR, the GTC, and the GT sedan are all still in production. The GTS is just a trim level of the GT in general.
Okay, because
They're not
article.
killing the entire AMG GT. That still does very well. There's no problem.
that's their flagship. Yeah, okay.
It's their flagship coupe.
Okay.
And if anything,
Well-
the new GT sedan that they're making, the GT coupe sedan, whatever it is, it's basically the new version of the CLS that we have. But they're still making a CLS, but this is even cooler, but the same vein. That's on my buy in 8 years list when it's depreciated by $100,000. So
Okay.
I still go to bring a trailer, and there's almost always an AMG 6.3 wagon, either in supercharged or normally aspirated form, for the price of a friggin', mid-range Honda Accord.
they seem to stick between 30 and 50 for the most part, depending on which
Yeah.
year and whatnot. So, yeah.
And they are all meticulously maintained.
Also,
What did
Too
you
many-
say, Hefe?
the Buick LaCrosse was also on this list. That is a car that I have recommended to older relatives.
Oh, yeah?
So,
That's a car that I've
Yeah,
forgotten even existed.
yeah. My wife's aunt has one, and it's actually pretty fantastic of a car.
Or just get-
If you want a giant marshmallow float boat for an old lady,
Go buy
it's an excellent car.
buy a Toyota Avalon. Okay. Which is
Yeah.
now all you
Yeah,
can
but
buy.
Buick stepped up their game because they've got that Regal, and the Regal Cross Tour is apparently doing quite well. Former guest Bradley Brownell just picked one up for his wife.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's a nice truck. That's a nice wagon, really.
It is interesting times. I also read a different article, which I wasn't going to cover here until Chrissy brought this up, that on the drive that was using, I think it was a Fortune magazine article about car sales. And they said that 2018 might be the peak of internal combustion vehicle sales because they've already, like, the decline of sales has been, like, worldwide. And they're talking everything, motorcycles, trucks, everything is just going down, 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 and electric's going up, 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 and up. And they expect that because of the downturn in the economy, that the next couple of years are not going to be sales leaders for any vehicles. And by time it resurrects itself, probably there'll be a lot more electric.
Well, we'll find out. Put that
Yeah.
on your prediction list, and we'll check it back on Jeff's World of the Future predictions at another episode.
Isn't that what you normally do on New Year's Day? Is you make predictions about the future that never come right?
Right, they're usually wrong. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, let's have an introduction. World of the future. We need the tube of mockery for this.
No.
World of the future.
Oh, that's on my list. Oh, that's on my
is.
bingo card. Heck yeah.
World of the future.
Mansell, you got a story coming up here.
So our fellow extreme experience instructor, a NASCAR driver, and monster truck pilot Camden Murphy has announced his new ride for the 2019 Monster Jam season. I don't know what this is. I bet Josh probably would, Jeff, if you asked him. But
I showed him a picture earlier.
Bakugaran Dragonoid. I mean, it's cool. And this is the thing, folks. You may not be into monster trucks, but there might be America. There might be more talented drivers in Monster Jam, but I personally assure you there is no one nicer than Camden Murphy. He is a ambassador for the Ronald McDonald House. You'll see on his Instagram, it's always him and kids and people whose birthday it is. He's just a great guy, and I've spent some time around him. Just a fun guy, and we're going to have a link to his Instagram in the show notes, and he always posts up just some great stuff. He was one of the regional champs last year. incredibly talented. He does his thing where he drives the truck on the front two wheels forwards and backwards, kind of a reverse wheelie sort of thing. He's got mad skills. It's awesome. So good luck, Cam, in your 2019 season.
And the Monster Jam, they just don't drive the monster trucks anymore. They also have like these side-by-side things that they do like a dirt race in. So you get like points for that, and then points for the driving the big truck, and then points for crashing and stuff. So
and then they'll do quads. It's almost a triathlete. And Cam has told me, because of his skill, he'll like be in the winner's booth interviewing for one event and literally has to full tilt sprint to go over there and get to his next event to race the side by sides or the quads or something.
yeah.
And then when he's all done, he shotguns a high life and
Actually, knowing Cam,
shoots a gun. You know,
knowing Cam, he signs autographs until the last person leaves, and he says his prayers, and he goes to bed and gets up early and hits the
Takes his
gym
vitamins.
and
shotguns a high
mom,
life then. No.
tells her.
Oh, I believe, Chris, you got the
Calls
next
his mom and then
story.
Shotguns a
Yeah, on the
highlight.
top of shotgunning high lifes, Jack Baruth published a great article on roadandtrack.com, 5 motorsports resolutions to get you racing in 2019. I actually think these are fantastic. Number 1, resolve to honestly identify and address your biggest weakness behind the wheel, even if it means consulting an expert. That's fantastic.
Love it.
Yeah, I love it. Do that.
2, determine your motorsports next step and start making real progress in that direction. I think number 1 helps number 2 greatly.
Sure.
Seriously consider running with SCCA's time trial program in 2019. All right, cool.
All right, sure. Not for me, but go on.
Yeah. Rebalance your spending from daily driving to your preferred automotive hobby. All right. Well,
And the point he made is, if you're a true gearhead, why are you spending all this money on a daily driver that if you've got a car that works, kind of adopt a somewhere between a Jeff and a Chris and Chrissy mentality of, I'm comfortable on my way to work. I don't need a new car. I can spend this money on a race car.
or get a super awesome car that you get to drive every day that doesn't lose a lot of money in depreciation. So you kind of get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
And take some time to bring a family member or loved one into our shared delusion. Well,
True.
we're all pretty guilty of that. So
Awesome.
some good stuff there from Jack. Thanks, Jack.
All right, folks, moving on to our sponsor section. So, hey, new year, new me. That's basic person crap. And you can, however, add some stuff to your life and some experiences in your life that's going to expand you, your mentality, and what you think is possible. Is one of your goals to get on track this year? May we suggest dipping your toe with a supercar on a racetrack? Extreme Experience can put you in the driver's seat of the world's best supercars at over 20 racetracks in America and Canada with no speed limits, no shifting restrictions, and no governors. Their 2019 schedule is up. Head over to xxspeed.com and check it out. Jeff, Chris, Chrissy, did you guys see that they are headed to New Hampshire this May?
Oh, okay.
No.
That's
Yeah,
a
excellent.
Great
They
track.
That's
might
fun.
be looking for 3 folks
Yeah.
who know that track pretty well.
Yeah, sadly,
just
it's
saying.
like 10 and a half hours from here, so I'm not going.
You can fly into Boston, rent the car.
It's so far, but there's plenty of people up there that
Oh, yeah.
might
Yeah.
be able to.
We know
Absolutely.
people.
Totally.
Now, the folks over on the left coast, don't forget, they're going to be in Phoenix and Los Angeles at the Streets of Willow in February. Additional new tracks for this year include Texas Motor Speedway, Road America, Poconos, Utah Motorsports Campus, formerly known
Oh.
as Miller Sports Park.
They're going to Pocono?
As-
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got the
Well,
Mercedes.
returning-
No,
Go ahead,
this is
buzz
going
it
to be a
out.
great track for XX, though, because I got the Mercedes on the tight track to 140 through the tri-oval. So when you're going through that top of that tri-oval at speed and you feel the car just sink down into it, that's something that only happens on a really fast car. So the stuff that they have is going to be really great at Pocono. That's all. Sorry to interrupt.
No, and that's valid. They're going to be going to Texas Motor Speedway. Same deal. It's another big super oval. I remember they're going to St. Louis, and that's part of an oval there. I actually instructed with them years ago. Road America, Utah Motorsports Campus, all of that. And then some of their previous tracks are going back to Raceway Park in the Midlands, which used to be Midlands Raceway. Anyways, in Pacific Junction, Iowa. It's just outside of Omaha, Nebraska. It's a great little track.
And effing nowhere.
Yeah. But
Sorry, that's what you should have said.
it is
Yes.
middle of nowhere, and I do not exaggerate. It is 27 minutes from my house when I lived in Nebraska, when I lived in Plattsmouth, Nebraska.
All right.
But don't worry, folks. Our old standards are still there. Go to Hallett Motor Speedway in Oklahoma and say hi to Connie. Go to Driveway in Austin, Texas, and don't say hi to the deer or the trees that are just off the track. They're going to be at Audubon just outside Chicago, here at Atlanta Motorsports Park, and Road America in Wisconsin. They've got 7 exotic model cars to choose from, and including new for 2019, the Challenger Hellcat wide body, which Chris, you mentioned, would be a blast at Pocono. It would just be right in its element. Mm-hmm. As always, they've got their year-round location down in New Orleans. They've got professional instructors like Jeff, Chris, or me in the car with you, helping you explore the car's limits and learn how to drive the racing lines. And as always, folks, you can use that Everyone Racers save 25% when you book an Extreme Experience. It's your turn.
It's
Everyone
your
Racers, no spaces. Thank you.
Woo! Okay, and don't forget, Lucky Dog Racing has their 2019 schedule up online. The races fill up quick. I don't even know. Hopefully some of these are still available. There's the No Bones About It Laguna Seca, which we're so excited we're going to be attending next week. Crazy. Mm-hmm. They're also racing at Buttonwillow, Portland International, our favorite, The Ridge, Willow Springs, aforementioned Utah Motorsports Campus, Pacific Raceway, Oregon Raceway Park, Thunderhill. Don't forget their Streets of Ensenada event. Why are we doing this? We should do this.
We should totally do this. We need to figure this out. We need to make that happen.
Well, with E1R West being not that far from Mexico.
Let's make this happen.
Sí, señor. Más tequila, por favor.
Must. Okay. Make plans.
That's what I want.
Un poquito? Un poquito. Okay, make plans to attend the first annual Dog Stuck Jamboree at the Shasta Lake Resort, or the third annual Flocktoberfest in October, which we wish we were going to do. Do both. You can never have too much DC duck in your life. Oh, I have that on my card. Head over to racelucky.com to take in their full calendar. Tell Kathy we sent you. You won't get anything, but just we like Kathy and she's awesome. And
she'll be nice. That's great. Yeah.
There's that.
Awesome. So 2018 has been a great year for us. We are looking for new partners in 2019. So if you have a motorsports related business or interest, we are looking to expand our partnerships. It's going to be exciting. Last year, we had a great introduction to the West Coast after a very successful integration with Lucky Dog and Flocktoberfest. So if you're out there and you want to help promote your event, your product, your service, reach out to us, everyone.racers@gmail.com. I think we already said hi to Chrissy's mom, so we'll get right on to...
Actually, we said hi to Tracy's mom.
Tracy's mom, Chrissy's mom, everybody's mom.
Sorry, Mom, for pushing you out of my house. Thanks for helping me with dinner tonight.
And now it's... Oh, sorry. You get to do it this time.
It's listener feedback time.
We have once again broken mental.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to get into our New Year's resolutions. We posted them on Facebook to find out what you are going to do for your New Year resolution. I'll just read all these. Tom Lumino said, blow up less. Work on any number of my many unfinished car projects other than my race car. Actually finish one of the aforementioned projects. Good
luck, Tom.
Yep. We need it. You need it. We love to see you on track. Ben Dawson said, finish the Spec E46 and get it on track some point in 2019. That's fan-freaking-tastic.
Who was running the Spec E46?
NASA.
NASA.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to
check. PCA, actually, PCA even.
Our favorite listener, Cameron Lopez, says, get a promotion. Heck yeah. And finish roll cage and aero on my car. These are really good resolutions. And Matt Ferenchek said, drive fast and take chances. And I also didn't add, which I don't have up here, that Eric Kritzler had a fantastic list of... I forgot to put it on here. He had a really good list.
Well,
we can
in the
move
meantime,
on.
I can say that our friend from overseas, Aaron Lug, I don't know, I probably butchered your name. I apologize, Aaron. He wished us a happy New Year's back, so thanks. And he's 6 hours ahead. He was in the New Year well before we were, so he knows that the future is good.
Well, we love having him, and we love that he is international listener number one.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for Chrissy. Chrissy, do you have the list?
Awesome. Eric Chrysler, be a better husband and father. Improve racing and rain skills. Ooh, I should add that to my list.
Yeah.
Yes. And have more track time. Find ways to improve and save the earth. Work on my fundamentals on bass and guitar. Get in better shape. All achievable. Need to focus. Heck yeah, Eric.
Awesome.
That's what I got.
So
I'm sure a lot of
we're going to move on to our main topic. Our main topic is the same New Year's resolutions. We're going to talk about on-track stuff. We're going to talk about car stuff. We're going to talk about some non-car stuff. Generally, what do you do to turning over the new leaf for the new year? I imagine that with the person who is turning over a giant new leaf with a new career and a new life and living in a new house, maybe a new dog or two.
No.
Mental, why don't you start us off since you already have big plans?
All right, so we'll start with the on track. This year, just the nature of the way everything's going out, I'm going to end up doing fewer races, and that's fine. I've actually already obligated myself to everything you guys are running except the New Hampshire race. I sent Chris that list, and actually the one in April in Pittsburgh, she's not in the house right now. That is my anniversary weekend, so I had to do some serious brown nosing to make that one work. But it's going to work out pretty well. So I'll be flying into Pittsburgh and doing that. And I want to do at least 2 new tracks this year. And I think Pittsburgh actually might count as one of them because they've added so much to it since the last time I was there. And one of those needs to be my bucket list tracks. You got those 10 great bucket list tracks, Road America, Sebring, Daytona.
Laguna, you had a chance.
No, I really, really didn't. That's the problem.
You kind of have to move. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know.
And well, here's the Lucky Dog's going back, and I'm just going to shamelessly pimp myself out to a team out there as well. So either driving or teaching, and so I'm going to try and get at least 2 new tracks, one of those being a bucket list track on that one. Off track, I want to build a paddock. Way back in 2009 when we all started this insanity, and I went back to Oklahoma and said, we gotta build a Lemons car. I've got to be on it. Let's totally do it. And we did. And then that Lemons car became 2 Lemons cars. Worked out pretty
well, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It did in the grand scheme of things because we had a blast with that car. But my friend Justin, while we were all building Lemons cars, Justin started building a paddock. He got a tow pig, and then he got a spare tow pig for parts for his tow pig. Then he got a trailer, and he started doing all this other stuff. He got a transfer tank and everything you need to run a paddock. And I feel, especially if I'm going to start trying to pimp myself out to West Coast teams, I've got the RV. I just need to de-jankify it, get the trailer straightened out, and then start building things that are useful in a paddock other than a race car. So I think that's a great plan.
I love this idea.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to use that to expand my experiences in racing and get some of these new tracks on there. Personally, and I've talked about this before, I do think that fitness ties into racing. I think the better shape we're in, the better we are in the car. So I'd like to get myself back into the habit of running at least 1 marathon a year. November is the Las Vegas Marathon. I don't know if I can get into that one. It might be one of those exclusive ones you have to qualify for. I don't know. But I'm going to try and run another marathon in 2019. So, and I have been running for about a month, and I went running yesterday, and oh boy, I felt it. I'm still feeling it. But those are my goals, and they all kind of tie in. And obviously, outside of resolutions, just life forces, there's going to be some substantial changes in both my style of living and geographic location.
Mm-hmm.
There's that.
Yep. Big year for the mentals, that's for sure.
Woo! Have you passed your Air Force physical yet? Or they finally accepted you?
I've passed it. I'm just waiting on some doctor to go, yeah, okay, he's deaf, but he doesn't have a disease. My goal for my initial fitness test is to get 100 points, and I'm there on everything but the 1.5 mile run. What you got, Chrissy?
This is such a cop-out and a bingo card, but your hair is looking amazing. I don't even, it's not even for bingo. I'm just saying. It's such a change when you are now unemployed. You have a different look. Just saying.
Yeah.
He'll have to go short like me when he gets back in the Air Force. Though, right?
Sure.
The unemployed mental versus the military mental have different looks.
It's noticeable. That's all I'm saying.
There's unemployed mental, and then there's hippie retired mental. Now this is probably closer to what I'm going to look like when I'm actually active duty, because I don't have to really set that example anymore. I just have to meet this thing. So yeah, and Vicky's happier with it this length. But when you're trying to tell these kids they're getting their hair cut, and you show up with it right there on the edge, they're going to do the same thing. So I actually kept it better as a high school teacher than I did the whole time I was on active duty. But no, I'm going back to this. And you see I've gotten the, I'm not in uniform.
Oh, I was going all hair. I'm sorry. The all the hair I can see. I
Yep.
dropped.
Terrible.
Sorry.
Well
How did we
then.
get onto this?
Hey.
I'm
I'm
Sorry.
going to
Jeff.
show back over.
Yeah,
and
Jeff.
not talk about
back
hair
topic.
because Jeff.
Yeah,
is
Jeff is the way to start the hair and hair conversation.
on this.
So I like that Mental is talking about fitness. I also, before I even got to New Year's, got all the laundry off the elliptical machine and have been
Woo!
on it a few times. So mostly because my pants didn't fit anymore.
Oh,
You know, like I have
no.
two sections of my closet. I have like the tight pants and these are okay to wear to work. So, yes.
Did you go over the one side or you're beyond the one side?
No. This is like the first time in my life I've had like clothes that don't fit. So.
Oh, so you're on the clothes don't fit. The fat side was what we're just going to call it that.
Yeah.
You're beyond the fat side?
No. I have.
He's in the
I have-
solidly in the fat side.
I
You're
have,
solidly in the
I
fat.
have several
Or-
of the pants
Gradient pants.
that
Should
are
I
now
say-
set aside because they don't fit.
So he's chunkily in the fat side. Really.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
So
Mental.
yeah. So,
Well, and Jeff, I don't want to bring this all like into a "we love you" kind of a guy thing, but the other thing is you've been blessed with an absolutely wonderful son, and dude, he is clearly not a log or a lump or a slug or anything like that, and he's going to be active, and you got to keep up with him.
oh, he's a big time dancer. He's like we are constantly we play Fortnite by dancing more than we actually shoot. So yeah, so that's on my list. Although I didn't put it on my notes because I really wasn't even going to mention it. Hold on a second, I'm going to call. Sorry about that, everyone. So anyway, so let me get on to the list of New Year's resolutions. One of them is a repeat from last year because it didn't happen and I still want it to happen, and that is do a road trip in the Corvette with the wife. And we were going to take it to the Chris and Chrissy wedding, but that got a little sidetracked with the amount of luggage we have. So
Oh, you should have shipped it.
I know, but
Oh,
Because the couple that got married took an NSX.
yes.
But
shipped it.
But they
our,
also
our
sent
in-laws
me
had a
stuff.
Suburban full of stuff. So.
Right. So we still treat it, I think, a little too daintily. We just need to know it's a 15-year-old Chevy.
It's just a
Don't
car.
worry about where it parks,
car.
driving in the rain, or anything like that. We just have to
Smoky burnouts, America.
Well, that's what's especially with the ancient tires that are on the back of that.
Yeah,
That's
Oh.
the perfect way to get through those.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
So-
terrible.
I have a T-shirt that has the traction control off logo. I love that. It's my favorite one. Just click the button.
Yeah, you should tell.
There's-
Just tell
there's
her.
our- Yeah, go, Chrissy, go.
Oh, it's just a car. That's what Chris has always said. And anytime I drive the NSX, I get nervous. And same with the BMW. It's like the NSX is worth more than me, and I get. Honestly,
No,
it
You're
is.
worth plenty,
No.
Chrissy.
Oh,
No.
you're very nice.
No.
It's very expensive car. Chris, but did the numbers because that's what he does all day. He did the numbers on if we had something that happened to the front of the BMW, the Merc, and it's a lot. And so I hate knowing that stuff. But then
Right.
again, you just drive.
Yeah, no,
drive. It's just a car.
It's true. Like you can't dwell on the fact that a front bumper for the Mercedes is $2,600.
Ooh.
You just
Yeah.
drive the thing.
They're just cars.
And honestly,
they're meant
seriously,
to be driven.
Chrissy, you're really just talking about me or Greg's future car. Who cares?
Exactly.
Because you know what we're going to do to it when we get it.
Uh-huh.
Right? And we'll
Smoky
be sad.
burnouts.
So
Exactly.
if I have to tell Jen, I'll tell her, or maybe she can hear. It's just a car.
Yeah, just a car.
And we've had more memories especially with BMW when we took it up on the trip, which actually is on our Facebook. Our conversation with Chris Egan. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm hijacking your.
No,
post. I'm sorry.
I love the conversation about.
Yeah. So but I'm just like, you take a car and you make memories with it. And so I want to tell her that's what you do. That's what we did. We loved it. I had a great time with the Z4 and then, we bitched about the Lotus because it's, the NSX. I was thinking about their Lotus, and the trip that they took, but ours, we lacked, places to put crap, but it wasn't bad. And it was great. We had a great time. No bad stories. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, like Mental has said, don't get things, get experiences. And if you have a thing that provides you an experience, well, then there you go. And so that's when you take the car on the road trip. that's the memory, that's the experience, that's what you'll remember about it, is like that trip we took in the BMW, as opposed to I got to wash that damn thing again or drive it to work, do whatever. It's the fun of the experience. So
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's why
so,
it's
yeah.
on my list.
So no, and Jennifer, just go make your own Ken Block video. You'll be the next YouTube millionaire. Just go out there and be like, woo, spinning tires, woo, I'm drifting, woo, shotgun and a beer, woo, tube top, woo.
Yeah.
Those are all
Jen Wakeman all over the place.
those are all 15-year-old Chevy kind of things. So,
I love
right.
it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So here's
Right,
what's
right.
new on the list this year. Complete more projects. I got done a massive rebuild on the Miata this year, right before I handed it to my father. And
but it works great though.
it's great. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did a bunch of house projects, like my son's room, and I did the guest room. And you know what? I really enjoyed starting a project and getting it done. So that's what I got to do. I had a lot of half-done projects, still do. So I'm going to do that. I got the 65 International truck.
I got an idea for a project to finich.
Yes.
It's Citroen paperwork. How about
I was
that?
going to add that to mine, but you got to it first. It's Citroen. It's Citroen.
I'm not. No, don't pronounce it correctly, please. I'm not home. It might be done. Who knows? I don't know.
It's
So
not.
anyway,
Call, please.
I have an International Harvester truck that I have drug that was my father-in-law's, and I have a massive flooring and remodel project in our house.
All the
And-
truck needs is a coil. Remember, I spent like a half day figuring it out and getting everything ready.
Well,
to use a coil.
And all the brake lines and all the,
I just meant to get it running.
Yeah. Get the motor.
That would be a
running. It's
step
only
in the
part
right
of it.
direction.
Yeah. So the last
Just
one.
do it, Jeff. Just
Yeah,
do it.
that's what I'm saying. I got to get out there and finish the projects. I want to build a bunch of stuff inside the race trailer, just like Mental
Yeah.
Set attic. Yep. So anyway, so then we're also going to have the, and this is going to happen. This is going to happen. I'm getting back into the classroom in the spring. So I have been teaching freshman seminar back in my job for 100 years ago, and I got a class, and I'll be teaching a higher ed class in the spring. And over the summer, I'm going to be building a class in car culture and hopefully offering that either in the spring or the fall of next year as a freshman or transfer seminar. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to be
And
like
here's
design a class.
And God bless you, because I know education's always been your passion, and good on you for that one. And I say this without a hint of corniness. The lucky people are the ones that are actually going to get to take your class, because it's anyone. We've all gotten multiple levels of education here. We always know that an enthusiastic teacher is more important than even the subject. You get someone that's gung-ho about being a teacher, that's always a great time.
I'm definitely fun because I try to do every class like an entertainment. You know?
No way.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yep.
So that's my list of things to do in the new year.
Good on you.
Chris, you're up.
My list is mostly the same as last year, with some modifications. First, I want to have the Honda be reliable and fast. So last year we had, well, in the whole history of the Honda, it has been one or the other. It's been reliable or it's been fast. We need it to be both now, and I'm tired of it breaking, and I'm tired of it being slow, so we need to have reliable and fast. We're going to work on that. And as secondly part of that, I want to be in contention at every race this year. Like top 10 in contention, battling it out. That's fun now. Let's do that. I would
Impressive.
Yep. I would like to instruct with NASA at least 3 times to keep my instructor bones sharp, and I'll add on to that, do my MSF.
Ooh,
at least
yeah?
one,
Yeah.
maybe 2. I'd like to try the 2 as well, because hey, why not? I already have the NASA instructor clinic, but hey, I can only keep getting better. If you don't practice it, you're not going to do any better. So let's do it.
Cool.
Along lines with you, Jeff, another NSX road trip. We took the road trip up for the wedding. It was fine. Chrissy didn't like he couldn't put as much stuff in the car, which is true. It has no storage space. But hey, if we take the glove box, like the owner's manual out of the glove box before we go for a trip, that's fine. We got some room there. Like, we'll make things work. It'll be okay.
That's 2 swimsuits, and if you go in the summer, that's an entire day's wardrobe.
Pretty much.
Our trunks. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go. Our trunk space is not the problem here. It is the cabin
Interior
space.
space in the cabin.
We used to drive a Miata, right? We had an MB Miata for a long time. We took it up to the Cape. You have 3 bags. You have squishy bags. You bring only what you need. You have 2 bags, a cooler, and maybe a reusable bag that has some mandatory items that you need for that weekend. We know how to pack a small bag. So does Jeff. It's the cabin. We had to when we decided we wanted to bring our pillows because it was our wedding and we thought that'd be a nice thing. We stuffed them behind the seat. You have no door pockets. You have no side pockets. I have nowhere to put my purse. Yeah. I have no place to put stuff for, and I don't even bring a whole lot of crap.
If we didn't have the pillows and we took the owner's manuals out, and so the glove box freed up, I think it would be more workable for a trip. So let's work on that.
I like snacks. I like.
Chris, when I was a kid, my father bought this thing. It looked like a hamburger box, like a McDonald's hamburger box that we strapped to the top of the car. It was like a Big Mac box. Yeah. You could get one of those. It was called an S-Cargo, and
I have seen it. Yeah,
you should definitely get that. It's like a
for the NSX.
The day I do.
If you go for it, Chris, because I'm about to threaten. I'm gonna threaten you with what you're about to say. You're never gonna do. So yeah,
this is hilarious.
The day I ever do anything modeling my automotive lifestyle based on your father's storage things, I want you guys to have a frank discussion with me about the choices I've made in life. I mean, this is some. Your dad is an incredible rally driver. He's incredible. But yet, then I look at his Mazda 3, and I see the Rubbermaid storage bin that's been utility knife to carve to the dash, that's hooked with bungee cords to the defroster vents. That has a clipboard with a drywall screw, like a drywall screw through a clipboard into the Rubbermaid container, No,
look, you have to read the route instructions. This is what you have to do.
It's very important. He also
the navigator does timing. The driver does the route instructions.
Are you sure?
He's doubled up on your trash amount in his car. You're trash level 1. He's trash level 2.
Jeff is actually an improvement.
Well,
yeah.
That is a thing.
Yeah.
Your father is wonderful.
The best
very
part
nice
is
man.
When he golfs, obviously, because I talked about him tripping in the golf room. So whenever he does a hard turn, the golf balls roll in the trunk and slam against the other side. And he's constantly hooning. He's always a gear or two lower than he should be because he's got the RPMs on the near the red line. Hilarious. Anyway.
Okay.
I was gonna say, Chris, the day I see you with one of those U-Haul clamshells on the NSX, I'm just going to come and take it from you.
And
not keep it just until you get your life in order.
Because something has obviously gone very, very wrong. I apparently have a meth problem or something. I think it'd be fun to visit Mental in Las Vegas. I've never been to Vegas. There's going to be a friend there. That seems like a nice thing to think about during the year. Please consider that. I want to work on more consistently braking later. That is, I think, where I have the most time to gain on track is braking later. I always, endurance racing, trying to be conservative about it. I have time to make up here. And I know that, especially, I've gotten to be fairly fast. This is my biggest area of time where I can be faster, is more consistently braking later. I want to make sure that I finally sell the MG and Citroen this year. Seriously, I need those albatrosses off of my neck. They need to go, without a doubt. And I want to try to kick some ass in my new role at work. I'm kind of starting to get the hang of it now. So now it's 2019. Let's kick some ass.
So the learning curve is over. It's time to move the needle, huh?
Yeah. I feel like I have a pretty good idea what I'm doing, so now I have to make a difference. So let's go.
Hey,
yep.
Love that list.
Cool.
Chrissy.
Okay.
Last up.
Again, similar efforts to last year. What I did, I'm going to try to do a lot of what I started to do mid-year last year, not on the New Year's resolution show. Race prep. I'm going to watch a lot of the video. Make a track map. Sorry. I did Pitt is done. Pitt race is done. Need to finish Thompson. Doesn't have all of the. It has the pencil done, but not the Sharpie part. And I probably don't know that I can get one done for Laguna. Chris and I started watching some video for Laguna last night, but we were drinking, so I'm not really sure. Remember, up and down, right, left, left.
There's some corners.
There's some corners. There's that scary hill. That's all I know, really. But anyway, I really felt like the race prep helped and really got me familiar with the different nuances of each track. I would suggest that for anybody who, especially if you're going to a new track, watching the video, but really just mapping it out, even if it's on a piece of paper. I think it really helped to understand where things were, and then when you get there, then you know what you're looking at. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm gonna send you guys a link to a great video of Sam Smith and a BMW 2002 at Laguna. Awesome, cool. It'll help you with that.
Cool, thank you.
Cool. Did you see that the Christmas present from what's his name who does Speed Secrets?
Ross Bentley.
Ross Bentley.
He sent an email with a highly detailed PDF of every track in America.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was not every track.
Well, not every track. He sent a bunch of tracks, I should say.
It was a bunch of tracks, and it's actually not all of the no tracks that are helpful.
Really?
Yeah, there's like 2 of our tracks that are not helpful. I think it was like New Hampshire, which I'm not sure what else we need from New Hampshire. There might have been one more, but not many. Thompson, I think, but not of the new ones. Oh. Anyway, yes, but there are. Yes,
hey,
there are.
But though, great resource for other people. Just because they didn't have any of the ones we wanted. It's actually speedsecrets.com/track map. That's where you go.
Well, that was what Bill Fisher and the Garage Heroes in Training used for their preparation for Road Atlanta, which I think worked out pretty well for them.
Well, they had the whole 2-hour walkthrough, which is different.
Yes.
I'm
sorry. Okay, that.
The 2-hour walkthrough. We started watching it with all of us when we were all doing the build weekend, and we were like, we're done. Like, I'm out. We were like 15. Keep scrolling. We're like, were you really still in corner 2?
Yeah, it was like 30 minutes in, and it was on corner 2.
Oh my God! Okay,
I could walk this actual track at this time. Come on.
So, but on track maps, I really found value on making my own. You look at one, you can look at it on the, Lemons gives you a track map. You can go into most track map. When you're at the track, you can go and look at a track map that is on the wall. But if you make it, I really found some value in understanding how the corner goes, how it's just drawing it on paper. And this is actually from another podcast, or is it a podcast? I don't know where she was from. She was on Speed Secrets. She was on Speed Secrets. Yeah. The Gentlewoman Racer is what her name is. So she said, draw a track map, and I really found value to it. So you understand where the curbing starts, where the curbing ends. Sometimes if you watch a corner over and over again, and you're looking at where the where the different, there might be a bump there might be a different kind of tarmac, like the surface changes.
Change of surface.
Yeah. And so then you really understand, especially, I'm thinking of Pitt really mostly. There's sometimes there's this new section, and then all of a sudden, especially in the rain, it gets super slippery only on that new section. So when you start watching it over and over again, you watch this corner and over and over again, and you're drawing it, and you're just understanding these nuances that you don't see when you're driving it. It's just a really different experience, and trying to understand all of the parts of the track before you get there. Then you drive there and you're like, I know where I'm going. You're not getting on elevation changes. Like when you get to a Road Atlanta, you don't understand the ups and downs. You just don't. Like. You don't get it.
Way. No.
But you have that idea of like, okay, there's that curbing. Okay, now I know that the pitch is much bigger than I was realizing. But you understand that the curbing's coming up. Okay, and when you're on a curve in a track, it's happening second by second. You can't take all that in. But if you can do that ahead of time, it really gets you set up for when you get there and you put both pieces together. Go, Chris.
I would say I'm looking at them right now. There's a lot of these are just basic track maps. Just here's a map of the track with the corner numbers.
It doesn't
on
have any of the curving,
anything
like that.
No, but they are good quality maps. But there's lots of things that we would potentially use here. Like I'm looking right now, I can tell you. There's Audubon, Watkins Glen,
Laguna.
There's Pocono. There's NJMP Lightning, which they flipped upside down so it doesn't look like a dong.
What?
Right.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
That's half the deal.
Mid Ohio, Ginger Minn Kota, CMP, Button Willow.
Okay, I meant like there are a lot of good ones. There's like a lot of great tracks. But
Mental, what's up?
Chrissy, you've talked about drawing the track maps before, but I don't think you've ever actually kind of taken the safety off and given such an impassioned plea about that. And you sold me on this because part of the art of pedagogy, which is how people learn, is involving as many muscles as possibly. Yep. And what it sounds like to me is what you're doing is you built a framework before you get to the track. And then that framework you use to you adjust it accordingly instead of just having to learn it straight on. So in watching the videos, obviously you've got your eyeballs but you're drawing it out. And it's the same reason I always try to get my students to take notes. I'm going to add that to my New Year's resolution. I want to start. I'm going to start drawing track maps of every new track that actually, you know what? I should start doing it for tracks that I've already been to. And I think I know what I'm doing. And clearly I don't. That was just a really honest, raw kind of bit there. And you sold me on it.
Well, I'm glad. And I'm sorry that I didn't provide more on what I was doing before. And I'm glad. And yes, obviously I'm impassioned because I think it's a great. Go, F.A.
Before we get off this, why don't you tell the listeners, where do you get all the information about the curbing and all the things like that?
Video.
Okay.
Yeah. So I actually back up. Before I start, I find at least 2 different pictures of the track. So I find I will find a topographical, no, not topographical, satellite view. Satellite view. Go ahead, Chris.
Some tracks. No, quickly. Some tracks have really good info about this kind of stuff. Like Pit Race gives you elevation changes and corner radiuses.
Sure.
That's all.
Because he's looking at the one track. Can you turn? Well, only those will see it. But there is we have this track map. That's where the track map lives.
And you were working on that one on the live episode we did this summer. When we all got together.
So I take a couple different track maps. So I'll take one that's kind of if the track gives a track map, then I find that, and then I also find and if I can find some kind of satellite view of where it is. Doesn't always help, but sometimes you can see where the curbing is. So if you can see the red and white lines on the track from the satellite view, then you can see where they are. And of course, there is a learning curve on this. So I start drawing. I bought myself some pencils first, just like a whole box of pencils. I bought myself the actual sticky notes.
Pencil and me are like, don't you just steal pencils from work? You don't work in education?
No. This is
I don't steal pencils. Recruiters gave them to me, Chrissy.
This is part of the experience, right? So to do this project, I just did all of these things. So I bought myself some pencils. I bought myself some of those sticky notes, the big ass
like conference room size sticky notes. Like you when you have a presentation.
I bought myself a fresh box of very colorful Sharpies. So I did all of these things. So I don't have to go source. I don't have to go to the garage and go find these things. I just I bought them for this project because I wanted to do something with this project. So I did that. And so then I just started drawing. I watch a video, you rewind, fast forward, over and over and over again. The lines aren't right. Like the one on Pit Race that exit corner 19, I think is really wrong. But other than that, most of them, you mess up a little. And then, so I erase, I write, I erase. Yep. And then I even make like the shaded in parts of where I know that new curbing is. So Chris is looking at it. So go ahead. You can weigh in.
Well, I say we also talk about them. If it's a track I've been to and you haven't, for example, or one that I've done a lot of time on, we'll talk it through as you're doing it to say like, well, where is this? Is this an up and down? Where is the traction here? We'll do things like that so you can draw it out. So
and I'll write 3, 2, 1 where the markers are. 3, 2, 1, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. I will put above sea level, below sea level, up a hill, down a hill. I'll try to make green and red. I will put notes in. I will put So that's my track map.
So again, you're
There
building
are.
this brilliant 3-dimensional skeletal frame that you flesh out once you get to the track. So you're not trying to learn the track once you're there. You're just trying to refine your knowledge of the track. It's brilliant.
And
I love it.
It's the same kind of thing. Like when you have to instruct someone on a track, you get better driving that track because you have to tell them how to do it, and it makes you stop and think about it and quantify it and analyze it. So
Yeah. No.
Okay, sorry I hijacked
Sold.
the show.
You didn't, because that's brilliant, and I think that anyone that's listening to this show is looking for ways to get better next year, and that's a rock solid idea. I'm down. I'm doing it.
Cool. Okay, more HPDs. NASA schedule has some conflicts with our schedule, but we hopefully we will. I'm sure at least we'll do pit race, and Civic's going to be tested. So hopefully we'll be able to do a track night in America or something like it. I have to finish Speed Secrets. Sorry, not sorry. I got like halfway through it, and then I was like, this is so boring.
It's dry.
It's not boring.
I haven't gotten through it.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I feel so much better. I feel better.
Like 10 times and put it away.
Oh, I got to and it was like, if I'm at the beach, I don't want to read Speed Secrets. I literally bought it to every beach trip ever. And I never opened it. I was like, beach read. Oh, let me read something about cats or, some other beach read.
Well, there's something to be said for state of mind. And if you're not receptive to it, then, you're just wasting time. Like when it's cold and rainy and you wish you could be at the track instead of I'm at the beach and it's gorgeous and I'm happy to be here and I don't want to be distracted from that. I'm not taking anything from it, kind of a deal. No, it's smart plan.
I just need to do it. Jeff, you should do it too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of good information. I know I learned stuff, especially braking, because that's one of my biggest things. As Chris said, brake later should be on my list. I was shaking my head when he was saying it, but I think brake later needs to be my thing. But listening or reading his information on braking makes sense when you talk about all of what you're doing and braking later and the theory of braking later, what's happening to the car makes sense. So, but there's some parts that I'm just like, sure, that the suspension does that. Chris makes beautiful suspension. Therefore, I can skip this chapter. That's what it comes down to. Sorry.
My suspension works. I don't need to know about it. I just need to know how to get through the corner. There we go.
It goes down and it goes down and it goes down and it goes down and like, okay.
Me mash long pedal, go faster.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The discussions that we had at the last NASA race, NASA track day with the I was in class 1, level 1 with people who've never been on track before about tire loading, and weight transfer was like the first time that I had to try and like have a discussion about those things. Like I know them, I know the physics work, but to actually literally talk about changing the amount of grip in a car in the right position at the right time was very highly beneficial. So I think no matter what the suspension is, learning how to tire load is very important.
Okay, I'll read that chapter. I will not just rely on Chris to know what's going on. I'll read it.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
And
What else on the
lastly,
list?
learn to heel in tow. Legit. I don't admit it. You guys talked about it. Oh, I do it all the time. I don't know how to do it. And I know every time I fail, like this is truthfully, I try, I fail, I mess it up, I stop. It's easier just to drive the car. This year, gonna do it. Go ahead. Hold on, finish. Start by practicing the driveway. That's what people say. I'm gonna do it, then I'll go to the street. That's what I got. Mental.
And you have been provided with a lovely opportunity every morning and every afternoon called 422 with which to hone your heel and toe skills.
I am aware. I just haven't, and I need to make sure I'm wearing the right shoes to do it first, because sometimes
Hey, if you can heel and toe in heels, that's heels and toe, then you can do it in any shoe.
You could also make a lot of money on YouTube.
I don't want to be
Especially, obviously, in East German and the former Soviet Union, because every time I'm trying to find a Wartburg video to show what a Wartburg is, all I get is girls in high heels and short dresses heel toeing and then breaking down.
You're
like, I don't know.
You're serious.
No, I'm serious. Like
Jeff, what's the matter? What's the matter with you that comes up in your Google searches?
Right?
Dude,
it's on
seriously.
YouTube.
Dude, I search
Oh.
for Wartburg all the time, and that never shows
So
up.
now
on
we
my stuff,
know what
man.
part of Jeff's Pornhub search terms.
No, not at all.
Total Big Love Fest, and
It's like you see the key turn,
stubby,
it's like,
hairy leg women. I don't know.
and then you see the heel, the high heel shoe like pumping the gas. I don't know why this is a thing.
Oh. I don't
Wow.
want to do that at all.
Let's move on for everyone's sake.
Yes.
Oh, and my last one is, we already talked about
This
Citroen
is,
paper.
this is something I don't ever say. I'm a little creeped out.
Okay, my
All
last
right.
one was Citroen paperwork. Needs
Yeah,
to happen before
I agree.
you can move on to your new race hobby.
I
Your
agree.
seat cannot go to your house
So
until
excited.
I have my Citroen
I want it
paperwork.
done.
Legit. Mic drop.
Yeah, I think I heard the same thing
Oh.
last year.
No, he has a Z.
No.
He's excited about a Z. We're
I
going to
know.
have a work weekend. We're going to put a cage in it. You can't have it. It's my car until you get me some paperwork. Do you want to have a meme fest is happening soon?
Once you get home.
Know a month
Watch.
out. I need to know a month out when the work weekend is for the cage install.
It's
please.
mid-February.
Looking soon.
Ah, shit. All right. I may not be able to make that one.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on. I think we've banished the year of 2018. We're excited about the year of 2019.
And apparently
What's up
heel
next?
toe heel fetish. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's going on the bingo card, by the way. Heel toe heel fetish.
So, Chris, please rescue us with the last segment of the day.
All right, yeah, it's time for an on the spot, and this one is a maximum of 30 seconds response from anyone. That's it. Not
All
one
right.
line, so a little modified on the spot because it's more than just one sentence. It's when you have a multi-car team. Do you, for themes and lemons, really try to have a multi-car theme, or stick to, like, if you have really good quality individual car themes, do that. So, do you go for the multi-car theme and force it, or do you let each individual car naturally find its theme for the year and go that way? We've done both. I'm curious of the thoughts on this.
All right, well, you gotta
Call somebody.
us.
Call
Jeff.
somebody.
Jeff.
Okay, so here's the deal on multi-car themes. I think it is very cool to have multi-car themes, but the problem is that they don't always work. So I like a general theme. Like, I still think the best thing we did was the
10 seconds.
70s. Was the 70s, so that each car did something like the 70s, and that was cool.
Okay. And Chrissy.
This is really hard. It's really if you have a good theme and you can make all the cars easily go into that theme, it's great. Springtime for Hitler. The cars looked fantastic. Jaws. All the cars looked fantastic. They had their own pieces to fit into that theme. If you can't come up with a theme, don't force it. That's my thought, is just make your own car, go whatever. Everybody runs the banner. Everybody has a good time. We're all part of 3 p.m. If you don't force it.
And mental.
Cars are like dogs, and the themes are like dogs as well. They kind of start making their own themes, and if you can tie it in, that works. And a car with one team will have a different theme than the same car with a different team. So I'm with Chrissy in the don't force it camp. You guys have all been really good about always having these creative meetings, and when it works, it all works, which is how we came up with this podcast. And I think the theme for the Z will find itself.
Okay.
Chris,
your
what are
thought?
your thoughts on this?
I'm going to say let your gut instincts be your guide, and rum, and do what makes you laugh. If you can find a way to make the multi-car theme work, I think it's fun to do. because it just adds some cohesiveness to the whole team and brings the whole team together. If you can't find a way to make it work, let the best ideas win and go for it. So
Very good.
I think we all agree.
Yeah.
cool. All
And
right.
we all met the 30-second limit. That's impressive for all of us, really.
By the way,
And
Chrissy,
rare.
Google the video on the girl spinning leaks. That is your next theme.
Don't Google anything Jeff tells you to Google.
This is it's true.
He gets
This is
pushed
Chris's old computer, so I don't even know that they have those words on here.
That computer is 10 years old. Like
I
it's
think it doesn't understand those words.
This is
What
the
am
cleanest Google search I'm suggesting this evening.
that doesn't narrow it down, Jeff.
No.
hold on, I need to find it. Hold on, I
Leak
gotta-
spinning. You need to know the dance. Leak. It's like an onion, but it's bigger. Leak
All right.
spinning.
We're done. We're done
Okay.
here. Thanks for downloading us, everyone. We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Everyone Racers. We also hope you will join us in the world of driving, racing, and building, because everyone can be a racer, even you. No, seriously, you can. If you enjoyed this podcast, subscribe. It's totally free. Then go to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. Even if you think we're terrible, give us the 5 stars and tell us why. We might actually read it. If you have any questions or show ideas, drop us a comment on our Facebook page, Everyone Racers, or email us at everyone.racers@gmail.com. Find us on Instagram, Twitter, all those places like that, if Mental updates it, at everyone.racers. Thanks again, and until next week, keep the shiny side up. Unless you don't have a shiny side, then just try to keep the wheels on the ground. Thanks, everybody.
I'm so upset. Chris has a better radio voice than I do.
Jeff, I